Yes, the Bitcoin bull run is back on, and we could expect this major move for the overall crypto market. Because if we go over to the daily bubbles, yes, guys, these have been the projects that we've been talking about. We're seeing a major pump towards the upside just on the daily bubbles, and we can see that Perth is up 14%, Beam 15%, GRT 11%. And yes, guys, we've been talking a lot about these coins, and we could expect a major move towards the upside. Because yes, ultimately we're going to look at the charts that look extremely bullish. Because if you're part of my free Telegram group, I posted this yesterday evening as soon as we broke this major 23.6. And remember, in the previous video I told you, if we're going to break this major level, we could expect this fast move towards the upside all the way up to the next target, being this major resistance zone from the previous all-time high, and exactly that happened. So guys, we're going to look at Bitcoin to find out what we could expect, and also some very bullish metrics. But most importantly, guys, we're going to look at Ethereum, because we saw this major pump towards the upside, and we also opened this awesome trade in my signal group, because yes, we saw this major breakout from a bullish news. So ultimately, guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end. Smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4 Crypto, guys. Yes, we saw this major pump for Ethereum, but before we're going to go over to Ethereum, we're going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin, and most importantly, some very bullish metrics. So let's start on the weekly chart of Bitcoin, because like I told you in the previous video, if we're going to break this very important 23.6, that we could expect this major pump towards the upside. Because if we're going to zoom out exactly here, after this consolidation, we broke the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level exactly here. And what had happened? Yes, we saw in the weekly candles that we got this major pump all the way up to this next major zone. And at the moment, guys, we can see that we are at this major resistance point. So ultimately, guys, my next major level that I could expect is, yes, the 80,000 US dollar level. Because ultimately, guys, this gave me the indication that we are back in this bull run, and that we could expect that, yes, Bitcoin is going to take out the previous highs. So let's go down on the even lower time frames on the daily chart of Bitcoin. Because here we can perfectly see, guys, that these major trend lines and also this points of control, this major volume zone, had some major significance. Yes, we saw that the price movement perfectly bounced off from the 100 moving average. We came all the way back up, retested this major resistance as support exactly here. Now we came all the way up to the points of control, got a little rejection exactly here. And yes, guys, if we're going to go on the even lower time frames, on the 4-hour chart, yes, guys, a few days ago, exactly here, I told you if we're going to break the 200 moving average, we're going to reach our next major target, being all the way up here at the 69,000 US dollars, let's say 70,000 US dollars. And we saw that Bitcoin came all the way up and perfectly reached our price target. So yes, if you would have opened this trade exactly here, you would have been in some major profits, guys. And ultimately, guys, we could expect a small consolidation, like I also told you yesterday, exactly within this region. We opened the trade exactly after this break, and yes, I posted this price movement on my free Telegram group, and this is exactly what we could expect, a small consolidation at this major resistance point, but ultimately, guys, a fast move towards the upside. Because if we go on the daily chart, yes, guys, we could expect this major breakout, because this is an extreme bullish move from Bitcoin. We formed the low, and we are forming higher lows for Bitcoin and also higher highs. So if we're going to break this major level, this major resistance exactly at the 72,000 US dollars, which was also the high that Bitcoin reached in this pump towards the upside, guys, we could expect a fast move. And yes, my ultimate price target is going to be the 80,000 US dollars. So let's look at some bullish metrics. But guys, if you want to trade all of these moves, go down in the video description below, because there you can sign up to Bybit, where you receive a major deposit bonus of up to 30,000 US dollars, and you can trade all of these moves on the spot market or even with a leverage. But if you don't like any KYC, you can go over to BloFin, where you can sign up without any KYC, and you can trade cryptocurrencies on the spot market and also trade it on a leverage. And if you want to join my signal group, go down in the video description below, where you'll find all the informations. And yes, guys, we've been making some awesome profits, and you can see exactly here the margin of of all these trades are around about 50 US dollars, where I want to show you with a small amount of money, you can reach some major profits because yes, we are up on Bitcoin 39 US dollars, on Dogecoin 96 US dollars, on Ethereum $155, and also GRT, which is up $35. And we can see that exactly here, guys. We opened this massive Ethereum trade, which is at the moment 350% in profits. So yes, guys, we are extremely profitable in my signal group. So if you want to be profitable, go down in the video description where you'll find all the informations. But we're going to look at these trades on Ethereum in just a while. So let's go over to the bullish news. Because yes, over on X we can see the Bitcoin exchange reserves are at an all-time low. And this is extremely bullish, guys, because this gives us the indication that a lot of people are taking all the Bitcoin off the exchanges to keep it in a decentralized or even in a hardware wallet. So yes, guys, ultimately nobody can sell on the exchanges. And this means that everybody is diamond hands and holding on to their Bitcoin. And so should you guys. So let's go on. Right on time for a second wave of ETF flows. Demand shock in elastic supply. So ultimately, guys, there are not going to be enough Bitcoin for all of these major companies to buy Bitcoin. So ultimately, guys, the price has to go up so that a lot of people are going to sell the Bitcoin or feel comfortable taking profits on Bitcoin. And guys, I wouldn't sell my Bitcoin underneath 100,000 US dollars because let's go over to the next news. And here we can see breaking. A whale has bought 1,590 Bitcoin worth 106 million in the past 24 hours. Whether it's big banks, pension funds, or whales, everybody is accumulating Bitcoin. And yes, guys, I told you this before weeks ago. This is just going to be a major manipulation to get you out of the markets. You could have gotten all of these coins at a major discount. And now we are seeing, if we go over to the weekly chart, that all of these coins saw a major pump towards the upside. And yes, guys, we've been talking about Link, Solana, GRT, and all of these projects. You would have been up 25% just in the last week if you would have taken all of these calls. And I told you that, guys, don't panic now. Dollar cost average, and this would have been a major profit for you guys. Before we're going to go over to the charts of Ethereum and also Solana, let's look at the bullish news that we can see for Ethereum and why we saw this massive pump towards the upside. Because yes, guys, we saw that Ethereum on the lower time frames broke out from this major bullish flag, and we broke this major resistance level, and we saw this pump, yes guys, from this breakout point all the way to the swing high. We saw this pump of 18.7%. So this is extremely bullish. But why did we see this major pump towards the upside? Let's go over to the news. Because yes, the Ethereum ETF odds of approval improve as it appears that the Biden administration wants to be more crypto friendly. And this of course saw a major pump towards the upside. Because yes, we can see that the deadline is on the 23rd of May. And we could expect that if we're going to see this approval, because remember, we saw this long lasting Bitcoin ETF approval, which was delayed and also delayed. But are we going to see that the Biden administration wants to keep up with all the crypto friendliness from Donald Trump? So ultimately, guys, we could expect this major fight. And yes, maybe we could expect this major surprise that we're going to see the ETF approval of Ethereum. And this, of course, is going to cause a major pump towards the upside and a major short squeeze all the way up to this major level of the previous high, which is exactly round about the 4,800 US dollar level. So yes, are we going to get this major pump towards the upside on the 23rd of May if we're going to get this ETF approval? But ultimately, guys, I could expect this bullish move all the way to this date. And yes, maybe this is just a sell the news event, but ultimately, guys, even if we're going to get this pump all the way back up to the previous high, from the speculations that we're going to see an ETF approval, guys, this will be a major pump all the way from the current price movement all the way to the all-time high. This would be a pump of 34%. So yes, we could benefit from this major move towards the upside and make some major profits, because even if we're going to just see the sell the news event, ultimately, guys, Ethereum would come all the way up into the zone. And yes, even if it's a sell the news event, we are going to see this retracement all the way back down to this major previous resistance, which will now act as support. So ultimately, this is going to be extremely bullish. But let's go down on the even lower time frames. And guys, if you like this content, please support my channel, smash up the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So let's go on the daily chart of Ethereum, because here we can perfectly see that Ethereum broke out from this bullish flag that we've been forming. And yes, guys, if we're going to look at the measured move, a conservative measured move all the way from this low all the way to the high, and take it over to the lowest point of this consolidation, exactly here, we can see that our price target for Ethereum is exactly going to be the $5,200, which would mean that Ethereum would form a new all-time high because the previous all-time high is all the way at the levels of $4,800. So yes, guys, we also opened this trade in my signal group. So let's go over to Bybit. And yes, I opened this trade with a margin of $44 and we are already up $150. So yes, why did we open this trade exactly here after we already saw this pump for Ethereum? Guys, show me a high and I show you exactly where to buy. This was a bullish indication. And yes, guys, even if we're going to get this denial from the ETF approval for Ethereum, guys, we could still expect that we're going to get this bullish impulse and this short squeeze all the way to the approval or even denial date, which is going to be on the 24th of May, exactly here. And even if we're going to see this retracement, guys, this would still be a great entry point because ultimately, guys, we're going to see this bullish move in the overall crypto market because remember what I showed you in the video yesterday. And if you didn't watch my video, make sure to go back and watch my video from yesterday because there I exactly showed you what we could expect after the Bitcoin halving and this major parabolic run for Bitcoin and all of the altcoins. Because yes, if Bitcoin is going to see this pump of 20%, we could expect that all of these altcoins are going to see a major move towards the upside, 100, 200, or even 300%. So if you want to find out which altcoin you should hold, guys, smash up the like button and subscribe. I definitely need more views and more likes to make this video which altcoins you should hold in your portfolio. But let's go over to Solana because yes, exactly within this green box, I told you to buy Solana because this ultimately is going to be the range low and the bottom for Solana because yes, this was just a major discount. Even if you would have bought or dollar cost average in exactly in this buying zone, this was just a fast move towards the downside and a quick recovery all the way back up. And we can see that we are already in some major profits. If you would have bought exactly here, like I told you in my videos, that we perfectly bounced off from the 100 moving average exactly within the zone, guys, you would have been up 34% in a few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. So yes, in 1 week you would have been up 34%. But what could we expect in the immediate short term? Guys, I could expect that yes, we're going to see a small cool off phase within the zone because if we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement level all the way from here all the way to the high, we can see that yes, we can see this consolidation above the 23.6, and this would still be extremely bullish because this would still be a higher low for Solana, and we could see yes, maybe we're going to retest this trend line one more time before we're going to get this next leg towards the upside. But I expect that Solana is going to come all the way back up above this major psychological level, the $200 level. So let's go back to Bitcoin and find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. On the 4-hour chart, let me just remove all of these drawings. And yes, we can see this consolidation exactly within this major resistance zone. And yes, guys, look at the significance of these lines that I've been drawing and this major confluence with all this major support and resistance lines. And yes, guys, I could expect this consolidation before we're going to get this next major leg towards the upside. And ultimately, guys, if we're going to break the previous high and also this major resistance zone that is holding Bitcoin within this consolidation for a few weeks, we could expect this major pump and the next price target being exactly at the $80,000 level. So guys, if you always want to stay up to date, make sure to join my free Telegram group, smash up the like button and subscribe to always stay up to date, and make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.